The vast dunes of the Arkanis Wastes stretched endlessly, shimmering under twin suns. To the untrained eye, it was a barren desert with no secrets. Yet beneath the surface, hidden among eroded ruins and rocky outcrops, lay an ancient vault, forgotten by time, sealed by technology long lost to the stars. It had been centuries since any living being had even set eyes on it, let alone tried to open its impenetrable doors. Carved into its surface were glyphs of an extinct alien language, their meaning lost to the ages. For most, it was an unassuming relic, just another piece of the enigmatic Arkanis ruins. The child and the vault. Mira wasn't supposed to be there. The 7-year-old girl, with her boundless curiosity, had wandered far from her family's expedition camp. Her parents were xenohistorians, cataloging the ruins of the Arkanis Wastes, and Mira often found herself tagging along on their expeditions. While exploring a cluster of weathered stone pillars, she spotted something glinting in the sunlight, a small, polished stone set into a crevice in the sand. As she dug it out, her tiny fingers brushed against what felt like metal. "Whoa," she whispered, brushing away more sand to reveal a vast circular door embedded in the ground. The polished stone in her hand began to hum faintly. Lines of light, dormant for eons, flickered to life across the door. Startled, Mira dropped the stone, but the vault had already awakened. A deep rumble shook the ground as mechanisms ground into motion, and the heavy doors slid apart, releasing a rush of stale, pressurized air. Inside the vault, Mira peeked into the vault. The air was cool, and the interior was illuminated by faint, pulsing lights. Curiosity overwhelmed fear, and she descended the smooth ramp leading inside. The room was vast, lined with towering obelisks made of crystal and metal. Floating holograms flickered to life as Mira approached. Alien symbols, diagrams, and strange creatures she couldn't comprehend. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal, on which rested a glowing orb about the size of her head. Unbeknownst to Mira, the orb was the Cortex of Zyntha, a long-lost artifact of an ancient galactic empire. It held a vast repository of knowledge, including star charts, advanced technology, and records of civilizations that had perished long before humanity even crawled out of its cradle. As Mira touched the orb, the vault seemed to awaken further. The holograms began to move faster, symbols translated into languages Mira could understand. She giggled, fascinated by the swirling lights, unaware of the messages being transmitted across the galaxy. The awakening. Miles away, her parents felt the tremor. Fearing for Mira's safety, they rushed toward the source of the disturbance. By the time they arrived, the vault's entrance glowed like a beacon. "Mira," her mother called, panic rising in her voice. "I'm here." Mira's cheerful voice echoed from within. When they descended into the chamber, they found her surrounded by an array of holographic projections. The orb in her hands pulsed softly, responding to her touch as though recognizing her as its rightful owner. What is this place?" her father whispered, awestruck. Before anyone could answer, a deep, resonant voice echoed through the chamber. It wasn't speaking in words but in concepts, directly interfacing with their minds. Guardian protocol activated. Successor designated. Initiating data transfer. The orb began to glow brighter, and Mira's eyes widened as streams of light flowed into her. Her parents tried to intervene, but an invisible barrier kept them back. The message and the danger. When the transfer was complete, Mira blinked, her gaze now filled with knowledge far beyond her years. "It says the vault is part of an old network," she said calmly, as if reciting from memory. "The Zyntha Empire created it to safeguard their legacy. And now it's awake again, Because of me. Before her parents could process what was happening, the vault's alarm sounded. A holographic map of the galaxy appeared, highlighting several locations. Mira's expression darkened. It says others are coming. Bad ones. They've been waiting for this vault to open. Her parents exchanged a worried glance. The vault's activation had sent a signal across the stars. A signal that dormant powers, scavengers, and hostile forces would follow. Humanity's new role. As they emerged from the vault, Mira clutching the orb, a shadow passed over the dunes. Ships, sleek and alien, descended from the sky. The first of the opportunistic scavengers had already arrived. But Mira wasn't afraid. The orb pulsed in her hands, guiding her. She spoke with a confidence that belied her age. The vault's technology, it says we can protect ourselves. We just have to be brave. Her parents didn't know what to make of it. But as the alien scavengers approached, Mira raised the orb, and a beam of light shot into the sky. It summoned an energy barrier, shielding them from harm. The legacy of the vault. Word of the vault's opening spread quickly across the galaxy. Some saw it as a threat, others as an opportunity. But for humanity, it was the beginning of a new chapter. With Mira as the keyholder, Earth gained access to knowledge and technology that would propel it into the galactic stage. As for Mira, she would grow to become a symbol of unity and ingenuity, a reminder that even the smallest hands could unlock the greatest mysteries of the universe. And in the shadows of the galaxy, those who feared the return of Zyntha watched and prepared, knowing that the forgotten legacy had been reborn, not in the hands of conquerors, but in the heart of a child.